hope this morning is, as I tell you about my life journey with the Father, that it will give you encouragement to press in to your own testimony and grab a hold of it. Well, I'm convinced that my parents committed me to Christ from birth, because I know that they prayed for me and with me, just as a faithful grandma that I had that really poured into my life. And I was baptized in a Presbyterian church in Little Rock. But that's not my testimony. What they were doing was telling me who Jesus is. So I'm going to give you a little baseball analogy through this, because that is what's been an important part of my life. My family got me to first base when they showed me who Jesus is. But it became really clear to me that I was not going to know my identity, my destiny in Christ, until I did something myself. And that something was in 1958. You'll love this picture right here. When I committed myself to the Lord, this is a class that was at First Presbyterian Church, and you will not, unless you get close, recognize John Galtney in there, but I am in there. I want you parents to see how parents dressed kids back 60 years ago. 60 years ago. And now we look, we're pretty informal, aren't we? That's okay. That's why I don't wear coat and ties anymore. But I committed myself to Christ, and that took me to second base. And from second base, I could start seeing home plate a little more clearly out in front of me. But I knew that there had to be more. But I really didn't know what that was or how to get there. But then I had an awakening in 1987. I had something happen that really started introducing me to the Lord through the Holy Spirit. In John 10:3 it says, He calls His sheep by name and leads them out. Well, in 1987, Cindy and I were wrestling with the life decision of moving our family to Athens. It was then when I clearly heard the Father call my name. John. I looked around, and I could find no one. But I knew it was the Father calling me. It was loud. It was penetrating. That started me on the journey, moving towards the Holy Spirit. And it took a few more years. In 1991, I was baptized in the Holy Spirit in a very cold stream in North Georgia. And it happened to be winter time too. So it was really cold. But that introduced me to the reliance that I needed to have on the Father. It just birthed something new in me. That took me to third base. And I was really moving close to the home plate. Well, how did I get to third base? I had a manager who had called my name, and he was right there as my third base coach, as he is now, standing here with me. He gave me the signals when and how to move to each base. And I couldn't move without those signals. And it's taken 71 years for me to be moving and continuously growing. But that's okay. Because I know there's actually more to come. I know from third base that I've got the opportunity to get home and score against the enemy. As I move into eternity, third base, I am now standing there with him. And this is for all of us. What is he teaching John Galtney and all of us to do so that we can grow deeper in him? We're called to love. We're called to serve. We're called to be generous. We're called to be bold and courageous. And we're also told that we can trust that Jesus is the narrow gate that we all have to go through to get to home plate safely. My life has had a lot of joy in it. But sometimes there have been hits of disappointment, incorrect decisions. I don't say the other word, bad, because they were just incorrect at the time. But through all that, I've gotten to live with joy in my heart that I am moving toward home plate. So my life has been that. And that's what I want to encourage each of us, is that we move from base to base, hearing His word, pursuing His calling, and trusting that He's going to get each of us and John Galtney from one base to another safely. Well, this is my testimony of my life with the Father and the Holy Spirit and Jesus.